Doing guys, ALTV live watch along of Salford. So 20 minutes until kick-off. Teams are in, so we're going to start first of all with the teams. Well, what are we expecting from this game? For me, I don't think the League Cup's a massive priority this season. I have to be honest, I don't think it is a big priority for what we want this season. I think it's purely about fitness building. I think that is purely what it's down to. I think it is important. Some lads get 90 minutes under the belts. I'm looking at the team: Leif Davis, Eddie Nketiah, Jack Clark, Jamie Shackleton. It is exciting. Straight away Nathaniel Jackson saying what's up, excited for this game. I am excited for this game. I'm excited to see what this team can do. And the big thing is I think it is about getting people 90 minutes under the belts, building fitness. I don't think the results massively important. At the end of the day, we're not going to win the League Cup this season. Realistically, we're not going to win it, and it's not part of our priorities. I think very much. Hoping we avoid injuries tonight. That's the main thing. And I'm just looking for a good 90-minute performance. Complete performance. Something as good as the first two games have been. In terms of results, 4 points from the first two games is not bad at all. If we keep that up for the whole season, we get promoted. Simple as that. I just want a 90-minute performance. No real sloppy moments. Of course, we're going to have moments where Salford are on top. I don't want it to be self-inflicted though. I want us to be, look comfortable in the game. Play our football. Just play our style. Don't play to the occasion. Salford are going to be up for this. They're going to come out the blocks. Absolutely no doubt about it. They're going to come out them blocks straight. First 15, 20 minutes, they're going to be after us. They're going to be after us for those first 15, 20 minutes. They're going to be looking to get the early goal. And that's the thing. But I just want us to, play to our strengths. Keep that ball well and just do what we've done. Just do what we've done pretty much the whole time under Marcelo Bielsa. Don't panic under the occasion, because it's the first time I think really we've had a cup game like this under Marcelo Bielsa. And our record in these kind of games is not great. Look back to the Gary Monk's time. We got beat by Sutton, Histon, Kettering, etc., etc. Our record in these games against lower league opposition is not great. And Salford are a good team. Let's be honest, Salford are a good team. They're the team that's building. But yeah, let's go through the teams. It's hard to tell what kind of system we're playing. The team I'm reading out here has got it down as 4-1-4-1, but Salford are playing two up top. So I'm looking at this potentially and thinking this could be a back three. Now this could be completely wrong. But I'm looking at this now. I think it's going to be Kiko Kasir in goal. I'm looking at it. I think it's going to be a back three of Berardi, Calvin Phillips in the middle, and Leif Davis on the left. Berardi, White, and again, it's hard to sort of tell. It's really hard to tell. I was looking at it before I went live, and I'm thinking, I don't know. I'll just read it out as what it's got on Sky then. 4-1-4-1. Kiko Kasir, Berardi, White, Leif Davis at centre back, Alioski left wing back, Calvin Phillips holding. Helder Costa on the right, Jamie Shackleton, Matej Klich through the middle, Jack Clark on the left, Eddie Nketiah through the middle. But I'm looking at it potentially, I'm thinking potentially we're looking at Shackleton potentially at right wing back, Phillips at centre back, a potential back three system. It's hard to tell really, what this kind of system is. Off the bench, also interesting, we've got Patrick Bamford on the bench, Stuart Dallas, Jack Harrison, Kamil Miazek, Matthias Bogus, Robbie Gotts and Alfie McCalmont. Now the last three, and then they're Bogus, Gotts, McCalmont. It would be nice to see some of them in this game at some point. Obviously, depending on the situation. But yeah, I'm not so much looking at the result in this game. At the end of the day, League Cup is not part of our priorities this season. The Cup run would be nice, but it's not going to be a big thing for us this season. Absolutely not. I'm not bothered. If we lose this game, I'm not fussed. I'll be more fussed if it's a poor performance and we get injuries. That is the one thing, the nightmare scenario from this night. But yeah, it's a good opportunity for the young players. The interesting thing I do find is Matej Klich starting. I did feel that Klich tired a little bit towards the end of the Forest game. He did have a very a very busy summer schedule. With Poland, he came back. He didn't really have much of a gap, between finishing that last game for Poland and coming back to our pre-season training. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. But yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? It's a really tough one. But guys, so we've got a few comments coming in, but I'll just go through the Salford team as well. Now, Salford are very much a 3-5-2 team. They've been like that for the last sort of year under Graham Alexander. As Conor did touch on in this preview, they are very much, they know their identity very early on. Obviously, the Salford documentary is out at the minute. I've watched a little bit of it. It's interesting to see. But yeah, there's a little bit similar to Sheffield United in a way. They've got that two up top system. Sort of a number 10 in Danny Whiteside playing there and just trying to create. And they've got some good, decent wing backs as well. But this is a game, let's be honest, cup game or no cup game, we should be getting a performance out of the lads here, even if we are at second string, half strength, whatever way you want to put it. So Chris Neal in goal, experienced goalkeeper. A back three, which has been absolutely solid for Salford during the rise up the leagues, in Louis Maynard, Nathan Pond, and Carl Piergani. Now, Piergani is a massive threat on set pieces, absolutely no doubt about it. Absolutely massive threat on set pieces. Oscar Freckeld, alongside Richie Towell, doing the holding midfield roles to an extent, sort of like a mixture between holding midfield and box to box. Then you've got Joseph Jones, right wing back, Ibu Toure as left wing back, Danny Whitehead as an attacking midfielder. Now, if you're into your FIFA or Football Manager, you will know about Danny Whitehead. Quite a good potential player. I think he went to Wigan for a little bit, but yeah, he's one of those players who, if you play Football Manager, you will know about Danny Whitehead. And Emmanuel Diaz-Ruve, again, I might have pronounced that wrong, and Jake Beasley up top. And they have given a rest to Scott Wiseman and Adam Rooney, who are two crucial players for them as well. But we've got some decent options off the bench who could potentially cause us problems. So let's not get any mistake about it. This game is going to be a tough game. They're going to be up for this for the first 10-15 minutes. Absolutely no doubt about it. They're going to be trying to get that early goal. So guys, let's just look at your comments then coming in. So let's have a look at this. Comments. So Ross Fletcher, strong lineup. Glad to have most of the new signings playing. Hopefully show what they can offer to the first team. Can only be having a good competitive team. Lads, give the gaffer a selection headache, and that is what you want to see, a headache for the gaffer. We want to see all these different options. Really pushing to this first team. I want to see Helder Costa take his opportunity tonight. I want to see Jack Clark take his opportunity tonight. Out wide, potentially looking at it and thinking, putting pressure on Jack Harrison, putting pressure on the other options, Adam Forshaw, Patrick Bamford, Eddie Nketiah has got a big opportunity tonight. If he can get a goal, he's putting pressure on Patrick Bamford, and competition is good. That is the main thing. You can say, okay, it puts pressure on the other players. Competition is good. All the good teams have competition between the other players in that lot. So yeah, I'm looking for that. I'm looking for individual performances tonight. I want to see some really, really good individual performances. Gaetano Berardi as well has got an opportunity at centre back. Last season finished, it was an absolute nightmare last season finished, but he's got an opportunity tonight to show what he can do at centre back. Because let's be honest, he was good at centre back last season. He can put some real pressure on Cooper and White. Again, Leif Davis has got a big opportunity tonight at left back. Seamus Shackleton as well. All these players have got opportunities. Even off the bench, these players have got opportunities as well. So it's absolutely critical that they take their chances tonight. Because if they don't perform tonight, they can have no complaints if they don't get in that starting 11 for me. On Saturday or throughout the season. It's a big opportunity for them tonight, and that's what we've got to use these cup games for. League Cup or FA Cup. It's not necessarily about the results, it's about the performances and getting individuals playing football and competing for this, starting 11 spaces. So 10 minutes until kick-off. Let's just carry on some comments before we go and get into the commentary of the game. So a couple of comments. Shaggy Babs, Leeds 10, Scum Juniors 0. I would like a little bit of that. And Nathaniel Jackson, Eddie 2 goals, Hernandez 1 goal. Pablo, I don't think, Pablo's not in the team tonight, but Eddie 2 goals, absolutely 100%. That would be absolutely a massive boost for us. But yeah. And then Ian Mozza says the front five could easily play in the first team. I have to agree with that. You're looking at Shackleton, you're looking at Click, you're looking at Clark, Costa, and then Nketiah. They are all good options for us. Another interesting thing as well, guys. You will have seen it anyway, but Joe Wainman had an absolute nightmare getting to the game today. But Phil Hay came to his rescue. When Joe messaged us that, I couldn't believe what was going on. And then he sends that picture, and it's actually, oh yeah, Phil Hay has actually picked up Joe Wainman and took him to the game. So Joe will be absolutely buzzing on this post-match review, whatever the result tonight. Any other comments? Bogus is class, but yeah, we do want to see Bogus. I do want to see a bit of Bogus, tonight. Obviously off the bench, it'd be nice if he can come on half an hour to go, potentially for Click, give Click a bit of a rest, and then from there, we've got another option there potentially. If Bogus has another good performance, he's one of the star players of pre-season for me. I thought he had a really good pre-season. Hopefully, we can put a bit of pressure on. You can put a bit of pressure on the other options like Click, Forshaw, Shackleton even. Force his way up that pecking order. That's what it's going to be about early on in the season. But yeah, a few comments saying if we lose, it's not the end of the world. Fists of Fury there. But yeah, it isn't the end of the world if we lose this game. It's more concerning to me if the performance is poor. In cup games, anything can happen. Absolutely 100%. Anything can happen. To some extent, it's sometimes better not to have a cup run. It can be a real distraction. And it just, if you keep playing your best players in these games, it does affect us. And the way we play Bielsa ball is intense. We play with such an intensity. You do get a bit concerned about our fitness levels. If it does get affected by playing, all our star players in these games. So I'm not concerned by the starting 11. I'm happy with that starting 11. It's probably near enough what I would have gone for starting 11. I'm certainly happy to see Leif Davis there, Jack Clark, and Andrew Saxton, one of our main fans from Australia. Good day, 4:30 here. The things we do for Leeds United, absolutely top support of Andrew Saxton. He met a couple of our guys, Tasha and Conor, last season, and Tasha during the pre-season. Absolutely top guy, and great to have you on board today, Andy. So, yeah, that's the thing. That is the commitment that goes into supporting Leeds United. Absolutely top class. It's a League Cup game. It's meaningless for us. It could be a real banana skin kind of game, and fair play. So, yeah. And expect a couple of comments about Salford might be going a little bit more direct, and that is very, very possible. We've got a lot of height in the team, especially look at Piagani on set pieces. He's going to be a real threat. I think he's got a really good goal scoring record. Nathan Pons is a big threat on set pieces as well. Nathan Pons is, because I'm into non-league football. I'm a Southport lad, to be fair, so I've watched a lot of non-league football over the years, and Danny Lloyd actually did used to play for Southport, who was on the bench for Salford, so he's a good versatile attacking option as well. So they have got these options in the team, but they have got a lot of height in this team, and that could potentially cause us problems, because I don't think we don't really have any height. I don't think we've got anyone who's above 6 foot in that team who's starting tonight. So yeah, slight concern on set pieces. Any high crosses into the box, obviously Kiko. I'm still a little bit concerned on Kiko on these set pieces. It does concern me. It is causing us problems. It's not so much against Forest. I thought more against Bristol City. The first game, we did have some real problems, and I think Bristol City had some real opportunities to get that second goal and get back into the game. And we've got to focus on that. We want to complete 90 minutes. We don't want to go sloppy for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. We don't want to start the game slowly like we have done, really. We just want to see a complete performance. That is something we have to see, for me, to really build that confidence now. It's obviously the result was disappointing on Saturday. The performance was decent enough, but it's all about results now. It's all about just having that completeness about the team. I don't know how many times I said complete in one kind of sentence there. But yeah, that is what we want to see from this Leeds team. But we're not too far from kickoff now, guys. About 4 minutes off kickoff. My stream might be a little bit behind. I'm watching on Sky Go. Sky Go is notorious for being a couple of minutes behind. So I do apologise for that, guys. But yeah, about 4 minutes from kickoff. But I'll let you know, guys, what minute I'm starting from anyway. So just so we're not... So I'm not massively behind, but I don't think I will be. But yeah, some interesting options off the bench as well. Robbie Gotts, Alfie McCalmont, obviously Miyazek, Bogus, a lot of players there who could make their debut tonight even. Thinking about it, not even played a minute of proper competitive football yet. And yeah, a lot of comments coming in saying hope Bogus gets a chance off Lewis Hamer. Rob Kennedy and Ketia, please have a cracking game and then replace Bamford going forward. And I think, to be honest, obviously Paddy, I thought he did okay against Forest. Just drop that there. I thought he did okay against Forest. Obviously, he had a couple of opportunities, but his movement was spot on. It was spot on. He got himself into some really good spaces. He wasn't as good as he was against Bristol City, of course not. He wasn't as aggressive as he was against Bristol City, and I want to see that a bit more of that off Bamford. But yeah, I think the criticism is a bit harsh on Bamford. He's not started the season badly at all. It's much better than how he finished last season. I think you are seeing that hunger off Bamford. He really wants to keep his space in the team. But yeah, I think in time, Nketiah, looking at Nketiah, I've done a quick interview with an Arsenal fan before coming on live today. So there's an ALTV Investigates on its way on Nketiah, which I hope you guys will enjoy. A lot of good inside knowledge on Nketiah and why this signing's happened. There's a massive interest from Arsenal in this. They really do see Nketiah as a potential Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang replacement. That is the esteem they hold this player in. Arsenal fans are delighted he's getting a loan spell and he's going to play football. They weren't happy with him just playing Europa League football, cup football, etc., etc. They are happy he is getting minutes for Leeds at the end of the day. So I think, I've no doubt Nketiah is going to play games for us, even if the last couple of loan signings, you look at Izzy Browns, your Lewis Bakers were bad. were bad, let's be honest. It were bad loan signings. It didn't work out for us. Whether there's questions about attitude, how much it really meant to them, I don't know. I think certainly on Baker's side of things, I do question that a little bit at times. I didn't really see, in terms of his body language, I didn't think it was great. So we want to see good attitudes coming into the club. But I do think with the first couple of loan signings, Ben White, Helder Costa, they've got a hunger there about them, which is good to see. But yeah, guys, about a minute from kickoff, lads are going out now. In fact, no, the handshakes have been done. Just going through the team, so hopefully I'm not too far behind at all, guys. I'm just a little bit concerned with Sky Go sometimes being behind, but I'll try and keep you up to date anyway on the game. So last comment to read just before going on. But guys, keep the comments coming in. I'm going to keep going through. I've got my phone here as well. Got loads of different kind of recording equipment on the go here. Is the sound okay as well, guys? Please let us know if there's any problems with the sound. Last couple of streams there have been issues with sound, but hopefully this one should be okay. But yeah, keep your comments coming in on Twitter, on the stream, etc., etc. I will read them during the game. But yeah, it's good to hear this sounds good, guys. I'm notoriously bad for having bad sound systems on live streams. I've worked on that. I've had some disastrous moments on live streams. Good to hear, guys, that the sound is good. Andrew Saxton, last comment I'm going to read. Buzzing, looking forward to seeing Costa and Ketia carve up the field. I've got a live stream on beIN Sports here. I will check back in at half time. Top man, Andrew Saxton. Top man, Andy. But yeah, let's get on with the game anyway. But yeah, Graham Alexander, manager of Salford. Again, a bit of a Football League legend, isn't he, really? He is a Football League legend. I think he's played 1,000 games at this level. A top guy as well. I've actually met him a few times. Really nice fella. He's going to have them up for this game. He has got a bit of a... he's not so keen on Leeds because of the 2006 playoff semi-final. We behaved pretty badly at the end of the game. Not fans, by the way, players. Kind of a bit naughty after that game. Preston, Leeds United... 2-0, check it out. Billy Davis, if you're too young to remember that game, check it out. There was a big grudge match from that game, so they are going to be up for this. Don't make any mistake about it. He has played it down a bit before kickoff. They are going to be up for this. Hans Norman saying, stop picking on Bamford. We truly need him. And to be fair, I'm not at all. I do think Bamford has got a role to play this season, absolutely no doubt about it. There's question marks whether he should be starting games or not, if Nketiah does well tonight. But I don't want this criticism of Bamford. I think we should back Bamford this season. He started the season well. Let's hope he keeps it up. But guys, we're about to kick off. I'm going to give you a commentary on the game, general thoughts on the game, but keep them comments coming in. I'm going to get on with it. It's kicked off already, so I'm going to be about 10-15 seconds behind, guys. Just kicking off now, so I'm going to be about 10-15 seconds behind here, guys. I do apologise for that. So, from right to left, looks like Johnny Alioski. Yeah, Johnny Alioski does seem to be on this left-hand side. Leif Davis looking very central. Got Calvin on the ball here, spraying on early doors, cut out. Good recovery that of Jamie Shackleton. But yeah, definitely looking like Alioski's on this left-hand side. Just trying to suss out that team in the first sort of 10-15 minutes. But yeah, it looks like Alioski at left back here. Let's go for a searching ball up to Nketiah. It's well cut out again. 2 bits of direct play there, early doors. But yeah, Nathan Pond has swept both of those up really well. I think we're not going to win much off Nathan Pond or Pierre Gianni tonight, so I do want to see us keep it on the deck a little bit more. But yeah, goal kick, Salford. He's done well there, Ben White. He's done really well. Long, hopeful ball forwards. Alioski's cut that out well. But yeah, definitely looks like Alioski at left back. It looks like a back four system. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, we're looking at Berardi at right back. Ben White, Leif Davis, centre-backs, and Alioski at left-back, which is, I think, a system we went with against... I was trying to think who it was against now. I think it was against Guiseley in the pre-season. I definitely remember Ben White and Leif Davis playing at centre-back together at times in pre-season, so there is an understanding there, hopefully. But yeah, definitely Calvin holding, and then it's Costa. Costa seems to be on this left-hand side, Jack Clark on the right-hand side, and definitely Click and Shackleton, as expected, through the middle. Alioski just picking up the ball here now. His first look at Costa on this left-hand side. Just laid it off to Phillips there. So it looks like we had a good little bit of possession early doors there, just to try and calm things down a little bit, because the Salford are going to be up for this game. They're going to try and calm. Ooh, poor pass out of Calvin Phillips. Poor giveaway. Little counter-attack building here. Sprayed out to the left-hand side. Just need to stop that cross. Need to stop that cross. Came in too easy, that. Far, far too easy. The shot coming in. That's from distance. Kiko's got there, but that cross came in too easily. That was really sloppy, that, to be honest with you. Poor pass off Calvin Phillips. Got caught a little bit on the counter-attack. Berardi was a little bit too far up the pitch. And Jamie Shackleton's not stopped that cross coming into the box, which is a disappointing bit of play that for us. You know, I think Salford did look pretty dangerous on that counter-attack then. They did counter with Danny Whitehead really well there. But yeah, 3 minutes into the game anyway, but nothing too significant so far. But yeah, a bit of sloppy play that from us. Long ball forward. Ball has worked its way back. Costa has just been dummied there on the left hand side. Oh, it's a good little run this on the left hand side, on the right hand side even. Yeah, she needs to get his foot on the ball a little bit. Gone a little bit. A few passes gone astray there. But yeah, guys, keep the comments coming in. I'll keep on looking at them as we go along. Info di Todo, always follow the best coach, Marcelo Bielsa. Absolutely fair play. A lot of love from Argentina. Yeah, absolutely superb. Jaggy Babs makes an interesting claim of Alioski should play every game over Harrison. It's fair enough. You know, obviously, you know, it's an interesting one. What is going to happen on the left hand side? We're working it well on this left hand side. Helder Costa's on the ball. Alioski first time, well cleared that off Nathan Pond. Again, does look like Salford are getting themselves into good counter-attacking opportunities. That front three, especially Whitehead, just at the tip of the diamond there, in that number 10 role, he's getting himself in some really good counter-attacking positions, just in behind Calvin. You know, looking for that clearance and looking just to get in behind Calvin if he can. Jack Clark is a lovely ball into Eddie Nketiah. Lovely little run that off Jack Clark. Lovely little inside run, trying to drive at the fullbacks. And the interesting thing is, with a 3-5-2 system, I think we can overload Salford out wide a little bit. You know, obviously, they've only really got the fullbacks as a sort of a width. So you're looking at the way we push our fullbacks up, which will be Gaetano Berardi and Alioski. You know, with Clark and Costa out wide as well, we can go 2-1 a lot in those situations out wide. So it'd be good to see that. But yeah, goal kick to Salford. 5 minutes into the game, nothing too significant so far. But yeah, we are trying to push those fullbacks up as much as we can and try and create those overloads out wide. I think that's a big part of our play. And I think Salford, to an extent, I think it is quite brave playing 3-5-2 against us. Of course, going forward, it can have its merits. You know, 2 strikers and 2 centre-backs, space will open up. But I think you look at it out wide, I think there's got problems there, potentially, Salford. I think hopefully it's something we can expose, especially with Calvin's passing. Not so much there, though. That's a poor pass off Calvin. That's gone straight out of play. Not sure who he's aiming for there, but we'll let him off. It's not often you see that off Calvin. But yes, he's spraying the ball into those wide areas. I think we can definitely overload them. That's somewhere where I think we can win this game, you know, relatively comfortably. If we can, you know, it's an if. You know, it's still got to get the service into those wide players as much as we can. Salford working it on the right hand side here. Good challenge off Leif Davis. Helder Costa's done well there as well. Good little counter-attacking opportunity. The ball's into Mateus Click, just going into our half of the pitch. Jamie Shackleton's on the run. Works it out wide to Jack Clark, who's going to have a go at their full-back. He's just laid it off. Mateus Click on the ball on the edge of the area. Calvin, gone for the slide rule pass, just cut out really well, to be fair. But yeah, it's a good little neat counter-attack. It didn't really lead to anything, but a good little sharp transition, that good little slick one-touch passing. Good to see. Early doors off, especially off Shackleton. Alioski on the ball there. Just trying to drive at them. Midfield there a bit. But yeah, a lot of patient play early doors. You know, I think out of possession, Salford are sort of sitting back a little bit. We've got 2 banks, we've got a 3 and then a 5. Very much Danny White is getting involved defensively as well. So it's very difficult, I think, for us to kind of break that down at the minute. Calvin lining one up. It's gone sailed over the bar. My first shot of the game. But yeah, it does like Salford I've got that low block about them. Try and keep things as tight as possible, not give us any soft goals. You know, we don't. Yeah, I'd like to say we're clinical, but we weren't clinical on Saturday. We were clinical against Bristol City. We have got the potential to be a clinical team. You know, obviously the players we have got out tonight, so hopefully we will see that from ourselves. Nick Muller, Rotherham are 2 goals up already. I'm not sure who Rotherham are playing actually, but yeah, it's a good start for them anyway. 8 minutes in, but well, good head that of Alioski. First little look of Nketiah picking the ball up just outside the D. Again, very, Salford out of possession, very disciplined out of possession. Everyone's helping out defensively. Even the 2 strikers are in our half of the pitch at the minute. Sorry, in their half of the pitch, trying to really protect the back 3 as much as they can. It's a little bit difficult to break down at the minute. Jack Clark's on the ball here on the right side, trying to twist and turn. Oh, it's a poor pass off Mateus Click. I'm not sure what he's trying to do there. Laid it off to Jack Clark, and then Jack Clark hasn't really got the space to continue his run. It's not a good run that off, not a good ball that off Mateus Click. It's another cheap pass that. Yeah. Again, it's worked its way forward. It's a Beasley. He's just held off Ben White there, trying to hold the ball up, wait for options to come. Piergiani's picked the ball up now, and yeah, they just trying to get options back up, because I think the way Salford have set up, they are playing quite deep out of position. So in terms of counter attacks, they kind of rethinks that a little bit. I think as the game's gone on, a good ball in off Piergiani. Casillas claimed it though, but yeah, I think it's sort of first 5 minutes. I think they were trying to push up a little bit, but I think as we've sort of had that little spell of possession, Salford have sort of dropped off a little bit more. So when they are getting the counters, they are waiting for the options a little bit. I think they are going to have to commit more men forward as the game goes on. But Mateus Click got the ball just into our half now. Works next one on the left hand side between Alioski and Costa. Alioski's picked the ball up again on his left hand side. Again, the passing could be a bit crisper for me. The passing could be a lot crisper for me tonight. There's a couple of little cheap giveaways, in frustrating areas. We'll just kind of break this Salford team down a little bit. Just giving the ball away a little bit cheaply, trying to force things a little bit too much. Alioski there, Click a couple of times in the spell about 2 minutes ago. Costa just trying to get into a central area here. It's just laid off of Nketiah. Yeah, it's just broken down a little bit. We've playing that back well. Berardi's one ball behind the pitch there. Searching ball off Alioski, a little bit too much height on it, just over Nketiah's head. But yeah, first half possession, 67% of the ball we've had early doors. Again, just trying to force things a little bit too much there, Calvin Phillips. Of course, it's frustrating the way Salford are setting up out of possession. Obviously, the 3 and then the 5. Very much trying to, playing that low block, but I think Calvin's forced that a little bit too much for me out wide. We'll try to play it into a wide area. Just needs to be a little bit more patient. We're getting there. We're gradually building a little bit more possession of the ball. Starting to force Salford back a little bit. Balls back to Calvin Phillips. Again, well defended that. Just trying to find that slide rule pass into Eddie Nketiah. But a potential little counter-attack opportunity here for Salford. But it's well cut out by Leif Davis. Good start for Leif Davis, to be fair. He's had a couple of physical battles there, and he's come on top in both of them. Considering he's a left back, quite a short left back as well. He's playing centre back. It is a tough ash, obviously the 2 big lads up top for Salford, Beasley and Diafrure. It's going to be a little bit of a battle that, but he started the game well. The ball's on the right side here, and again, Leif Davis has stopped the cross. Nice and disciplined defending. He's followed the path of the ball, and he's done well there. Corner kick to Salford. So this is probably where a big opportunity to come from for me. You look at the height of Piergiani, you look at the height of Nathan Pond. Obviously, Kiko, the last couple of games, hasn't been the strongest on set pieces in that lot, so that is a little bit of concern. this is probably where Salford's main opportunities are going to come from in this game, especially the way they've sort of set up, the last couple of minutes, trying to sit back a little bit more. They did try and come at us the first 5 minutes or so, but yeah, this is where the big opportunities are going to come from. But I'm looking at Pigiani there, who's on marks on the edge of the box, which is a bit of a concern. This is going to be a swung in. Cleared. Oh, edge of the area. Oh, again, it's cleared to Whitehead. He's got the shot off. Clark did need to get in the way of that. Whether it's on target or not, I don't know. Would need to see the replay. The replay is coming in. It looked like it was going in, that potentially. It was well hit. No, maybe it was just going wide. But Clark, he could just get his head on that and puts it out. It's a big opportunity for Jack Clark tonight. It's a big opportunity for him, to prove himself. It's actually gone out for a throw-in, to be fair. Yeah, it looks like they're lining up the long throw here. Richie Towell with the long throw. Well, they did that by Ben White. He's commanded that well. And out again by Leeds Davis that time. Eddie Nketiah, good pressing off Eddie Nketiah there. Not let the Salford defence settle there. And it's come back. Yeah, good. 2 good bits of pressing there of Eddie Nketiah. Good to see early doors. He's going to have to adapt to the system. That's a good early sign. Ball is back to Kiko. But I think that does seem to be what Salford are going for. They are looking a little bit more direct in possession. Definitely looking at that long ball forward to the front two and trying to win those headers. I think they have got that height advantage on White and Davis. But White and Davis have dealt with it really well so far for me. Not really been bullied at all in the air, which is a slight concern. But they've done well so far on that point of view. Again, Nketiah picking up the ball up quite deep onto Calvin Phillips. Driven a low one there into Alioski on the left hand side, picking it up, back to Calvin Phillips. But again, to be fair, Salford are very disciplined at the minute. James Shackleton has picked the ball up on the inside though. That's where you want to see James Shackleton driving at that back three even. Hopeful crossing there. Well cleared though. So back onto this right hand side. Calvin is really far forward tonight. Again, he's obviously playing as a holding midfielder, but it shows how deep Salford are. That Calvin, he's pretty much spending the whole time in that Salford half in possession of the ball. They are very, very deep in this game, really does. Shot off Calvin. It's on target, but it's not really in trouble, the keeper from there so much. But yeah, 15 minutes in, nothing too significant so far, but we are starting to build a little bit of momentum, a little bit. I do want to see more from us though, definitely. Do want to see us put more pressure on that back three. But to be fair, the 5 just ahead of the 3 are really protecting that back three well to an extent. They are really disciplined at the minute. But yeah, I don't think over 90 minutes it'll be tough to maintain this. I think we can keep short, crisp passing going. We can break them down. Oh, a bit too casual there on the edge of our own area. I think it was Leeds Davis, but to be fair, well covered in the end. But that was a bit unnecessary. That was a bit of a bit too risky, that for my liking, on that left hand side. As Jackie Babs has just said, the longer this game goes on, the more of an advantage we'll have. Yeah, I do think that. I think it's very tough spending this amount much time without the ball so deep, having to concentrate so long for 90 minutes. I think it is a tough ask. It's I think they are very reliant on the set pieces and long balls, high cross into the box at the minute, in terms of breaking themselves down. But yeah, I think it'd be tough defensively for him to maintain this. Calvin has gone for a long searching one there, just a bit too much on it, being well cut out. But he's won the ball back there. Well, typical Calvin Phillips stuff, but we've given it away cheaply. Good composed defending off Ben White there. Just stepped across his man. Kept hold of the ball, not panicked, not gone to clear it, and just laid it off back to Calvin Phillips. Lovely bit of play that. That is what you want from a Bielsa type defender. Not umping the ball, just nice and composed, not diving in, just stepping across, reading the game, and that's what we've just done there. I'm really impressed by Ben White so far. First 2 games, I think he's been exceptional. And yeah, another good start to the game tonight. I think Bielsa really, really likes Ben White as well, and rightly so. Again, Eddie's having to come very deep at the minute because the way Salford have set up, it's so, obviously we've got the 3 centre-backs, he's getting a little bit outnumbered, so he's having to come deep to try and stretch, obviously try and pull one defender out and try and expose that space in behind, obviously it then leaves it with 2 centre-backs, but take one of the centre-backs out, inside midfield with Eddie, Probably Piagiani in that situation. You do leave the space in behind to expose, so it's important that when Eddie comes deep, the other runners going behind him, Shackleton, Mateusz Klich, you know, with two sort of high 8s, number 10s if you like, go in behind him and make the runs as well. Because otherwise there's no real point Eddie dropping deep to pick up the ball. But yeah, he's a little bit isolated first 70 minutes or so, but that's more, I think, because of obviously the way Salford are set up in this system. But another good claim there off Kiko Ksir from a long ball. But yeah, guys, I'm just going to keep these comments reading. Keep reading your comments even. Jack Clark on the ball, driving really well at the defence. Oh, what a run that was. Well covered in the end. It must be a 20-25 yard run that. In the end, really well. Really good run. But nothing at the end of it, just quite. That's a corner kick to Leeds, but good little run out of Jack Clark. That's what you want to see of Jack Clark. You know, we didn't see much of that second half of the season, obviously, with the situation with Jack Clark and the fit against Middlesbrough, but you want to see him back on top form. That is Jack Clark at his best. Corner kick there off Helder Costa, a little bit overhit, but deflect. Ooh. Again, it deflected out. Bit of a hopeful one at Berardi, just wide. It's probably our first real meaningful effort on goal to an extent. But yeah, we're going to have to be patient. I think we are going to have to be patient in this game. Not lose our heads. Try and keep the ball well, keep the possession ticking over, and try and get those wide players getting it. You know, try and create those overloads that wide. That's probably where the danger, the warnings are going to come from for Salford. You know, obviously with the fullbacks, we can get in behind those fullbacks, overload them a little bit, 2-to-1 situations. I do want to see that. But yeah, who me has been a little bit more critical, which is fair enough. To be fair, you know, I'm not particularly happy with this first 20 minutes, but Eddie just not getting the service at present. Costa lacking time on the ball as well. No one's getting time on the ball currently. Needs to get the ball down and pass them off the park. I do agree with that. I think that is a big part of the game as well. You know, keeping that possession, but not just keeping the possession, using the possession well, creating chances. You know, opening up Salford to an extent, forcing them into areas they don't want to go into. But absolutely nothing currently. No chances, no class currently from either team, which is a fair point. You know, I think obviously a lot of it is to do with the way Salford have set up here. They are very much trying to, you know, limit our spaces in an attacking sense. Costa on the left here has picked the ball up. He's got an opportunity to potentially drive at that full-back there, but he's laid it off to Alioski. It's not a great ball out of Alioski. I can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to lay and click there. He's just made a decent little late run. But yeah, you want to see a little bit more quality there out wide. You know, obviously if he's going to compete with Barry Douglas for left back spot, he's got to find the passes like that. But long ball forward, Diaz Vouvray has done really well there. To be fair, he has just shoulder barged Leif Davis there. Well, to be fair, we've done well there in the end. We have recovered it quite well. Ian Moser has touched the ball. To be fair, he has been a little bit quiet so far, Mateusz Klich. Yeah, a couple of opportunities to play in. Clark out wide, and he's not quite made them. But yeah, again, it's only 20 minutes into the game. Salford are very much, you know, trying to stop us playing to an extent, which is understandable. Yeah, I'm not criticising that as such. It's probably one of the main tactics you use against this team, really. You know, set up in a real defensive low block. James Shackleton picking up the ball here. She's a few little glimpses of James Shackleton where he's getting his first touch on the ball. He's looking, you know, where can he drive at the midfield a little bit. Good little reverse pass out into Eddie Nketiah. Just a little bit wide there, Eddie. He can win some. His defender's done well there. Piagiani's won the ball back well there. That was a good little reverse pass out of James Shackleton. But I do like Shackleton does look up for this tonight. Every time he's getting on the ball. Flipping heck. Counter attack here. First chance of the game. Counter attack of Richie Towell. Just outpaced Calvin there a little bit. Laid the ball back into Beasley. It's more of a cutback really. A little bit under hit, luckily, the cutback. But Beasley does get a shot off target there. Easy enough save for Kiko. You do expect Kiko to be making those all day long. But that's a little counter attack opportunity that for Salford. Balling off Alioski. Didn't really clear the first man. That has worked its way back into Alioski. He's just looking for the option there. He's just looking for the option. Calvin again. He's getting a lot of space. He's sprayed that back onto the right hand side, trying to change the angle of the attack. Onto Jack Clark, is going to try and take that full back on again. Jack Clark, I think Jack Clark, James Shackleton do look really positive tonight. You know, every time they're getting on the ball, they're looking at opportunities, looking at who's around them, who they can drive at. Especially Jack Clark, he's had a couple of little mini runs at the left full back. He's been successful on a couple of them, not so successful on the others, but the desire is there, which is good to see. I think that's going to be a big part of obviously breaking this team down. You know, having that little bit of individual skill, that individual quality, you know, driving at players, creating those spaces for the other players to exploit. Bit of a heavy touch there of Eddie Nketiah as the ball goes into him. But corner, is it corner or throw in there? Can't quite tell. Bit of a heavy touch of Eddie. How it throw in. It's back on his left side again. Just want to see that one little bit of quality. You know, I do want to see a little bit more quality, you know, in that final pass, or just in general. Just want to see a little bit more crisper passing to break this team down. You know, I think Salford will want us doing this. You know, just playing the ball from side to side. I think just want to see that little bit more intensity about it. You know, someone looking for that slide rule pass, someone making that slide rule pass, or you know, that little mini run. You know, I think obviously Jack Clark, James Shackleton has looked lively enough. Just want to see the others be a little bit more lively, especially Costa on this left hand side. I want to see him take on his full back a bit more. Potentially, I would even possibly look at, you know, for 10 minutes or so, swapping Costa and Clark, you know, in terms of just to change the angle of the attack a little bit. I think Costa is happier on the right, cutting in onto his left foot, and Clark as well, cutting in onto his right foot. So, you know, try and get a couple of shots off, try and force our keepers into a couple of saves, you know, try and break them down that way potentially as the game goes on. I will potentially look at that. I think, obviously, Bielsa will swap his wingers if it is necessary. I'll keep reading your comments, guys. But yeah, I do want to see, you know, a quarter of the way into the game, 23 minutes played. Do want to see, oopsie daisy, do want to see a little bit more. I do want to see a little bit more of us, to be fair. Corner kick to Leeds anyway. Pierre Gianni made a little bit of a mess of his clearance there. Got Ben White going forward. He's probably our only real proper threat on set pieces. Calvin on the set pieces. The quality of the set piece on Saturday was unreal. Comes in. It's well cleared, but it's still in there, still around. Someone get a shot off. Can someone get a shot now? So it's a foul off Leeds Davis. But yeah, the quality of Calvin and Barry Douglas's set pieces, obviously Barry Douglas from the right, Calvin from the left, swinging in. It did really cause a lot of problems for Forest, but we just didn't quite have the height to attack him. But yeah, a little bit disappointing from that point of view that we didn't quite attack the set pieces that well, but that was a decent enough, you know, shape to that corner kick going in, but we just didn't quite have the height to attack it, and the foul there of Leeds Davis. Yeah, we've won the ball back quite well there. Alioski's brought the foul there off, bit of a soft foul out of the Salford striker. I think Alioski was in a bit of an awkward position there, you know, near the corner flag. He has given us a bit of a soft free kick there away, but no complaints at all from me that he's done that. Ben White picking the ball up now into the Salford half of the pitch for those absolutely lovely yellow boots, by the way. Again, we lost the ball cheaply again there. Yeah, and sort of the left wing back here has picked the ball up well. He sprayed it out to the right. Again, Salford just working onto the right side. Can Leeds Davis stop the cross here? Just stop the cross. But I think in terms of Salford, I think Diaz Rouvray has probably been Diaz Rouvray, sorry, has probably been their best player. I think he has looked up for it, you know, every time the high balls have been played into him, he has tried to hold the ball up quite well, and he's done well there on the right hand side to win the throw in, which is going to be a long throw by the looks of things off Richie Tell on this from this right hand side. So they're definitely looking at this, you know, as a potential area of weakness for us, you know, in terms of height. Obviously, in terms of Kiko not being the most comfortable on these kind of high balls and crosses. It's not really convincingly cleared away. Again, Kiko's guy's got his hand on it though. But again, the initial header there, I'm not sure if it's Ben White or not. Didn't get it away at all. And it did just loop its way back into a more dangerous area on the back post there. Oh, lovely bit of composure that of Ben White. Long ball played up. He just takes it on his chest, just dribbles past 2 players. Absolutely cool as you like, isn't he? What a player this kid's going to be though, Ben White. Good bit of distribution now. Kiko onto Alioski. Alioski's made a good touch there as well and took the ball forward. And again, Passing's got to be better there. Passing has got to be a lot better there. You know, I think obviously with it only being a League Cup game, I'm not as bothered. But to be fair, that's a really short passing quality has been terrible, to be honest with you, so far. We've given away some really poor areas, to be honest, and we're just giving Salford those opportunities to counter us. You know, that's the way Salford's going to probably, you know, with us giving the ball away cheaply. You know, we've got the fullbacks pushed up. We can't afford to be doing that. Searching ball in off Alioski. Again, you want to see a little bit more quality on that left-hand side. You know, Alioski is capable of much better than that cross there. Not beating the first man a couple of times on that left-hand side. Even Ben White's going into the Salford half of the pitch now. We are trying to outnumber him, overload them as much as we can. Ben White again is driving in sort of the final third of the pitch here. Alioski can be taking on his fullback there. He's got to be taking on his fullback. Decent shape to the cross, but again, I think he should be taking on his fullback, trying to create that space and trying to allow the other runners to get into the box for a cutback and that lot. Just want to see him lift his head up there a little bit more. You know, he didn't really need to play that in first time for me. But guys, keep the comments coming in. So I've not read a few for a while actually. In fact, I'm going to have to reload this. But yeah. 4 attempts each so far. But yeah, we're still very much dominating the possession stakes. So works well into the right side. Wiseman's got the ball in a bit too easily. This guy's just being a little bit overhit. Ball into the box off Pigiani. Well cleared off Davis. Nketiah's made a lovely touch there. Lovely touch from Nketiah. He's driving forward about 10-15 yards. He's done well there. He's laid it off to the left hand side. Can he make that late run into the box? If Alioski waits. Good ball in. Oh! Much better that. Much better. Alioski, obviously Nketiah with the initial run. Out to Alioski. Alioski's put a really dangerous ball into the box. Low cross. Perfect height on it. Perfect sort of speed. It's cleared. It hits the other Salford player. It's cleared again. That's a really dodgy bit of spell defending that off Salford. It's worked out onto the left again. Alioski, can he drive that in first time? Wrong shape on the cross. Wrong shape on the cross. Too high. I don't know why Alioski's playing that ball into the box. Again, it needs to be lower. It needs to be the same delivery, the exact same delivery as the one before, but he's gone for the height that time. No one's making the run. It's a bit frustrating. Getting a little bit frustrated here, guys, to be honest. It's doing a couple of daft things. Opportunities are opening up for us to break, but Ben White's won the ball well again. It's worked its way into Alioski, who's seen a lot of the ball, to be fair. Can we just see that a little bit more efficiency in the cross, but he's seen a lot of the ball and he's getting up really well as well. Ball onto Calvin Phillips. Oh, he's up for the through ball. Just a little bit overhit. But half an hour into the game, guys. But yeah, starting to get a little bit frustrated now with a couple of things. But we're having decent spells. Just need to see that little bit more efficiency around the box for me. Guys, I seem to have lost track of the live chat here. I have to reload this. There we go. Got the live chat. All these always. This has been hard to watch. Delivery tonight is dreadful. Kiko being on point. Thank feck, we'll just say. But yeah, the delivery has been poor out wide. We've got ourselves some really good positions, you know, both on that right hand side, left hand side. Just only really seen that one bit of quality there off Alioski with a good low driven ball into the box, which is really tough to defend at this level. If it can go anywhere, it was very almost a known goal actually. That again, giving the ball away cheaply there in a build-up play. Simple little five-yard passes there. Bit disappointing. Left hand side needs to be stopping that cross. Again, the ball's coming too easily. Ball's coming too easily on the left hand side. Yeah, I think Berra, you know, she needs to be getting across there a bit quicker. In the end, it was Shackleton who was closest to the ball, but Berra's well out of position there. And they've won the header too easily as well on Leif Davis. To be fair, the height difference is massive, but that was a bit too easy. That, you know, that is a concern a little bit out wide. You have a couple of crosses coming to that box a bit too easily for my liking. Ben White on the ball again. Jack Clark on this right hand side, trying to drive at him a little bit. In fact, sorry, Helder Costa on this right hand side, the swap wings. He's been shepherded out there for a goal kick. So yeah, swapping wings, I think, for the last sort of 10-15 minutes of this first half. But yeah, it's quite a tight, cagey game. It's not been a game of great quality. It's not really been a great game, to be honest with you, so far, guys. It's been a bit of a disappointing one so far. You know, I thought it was going to be a little bit more explosive than this. All Leeds always. Salford are giving us the biggest challenge so far. First 30 minutes, and I've been touching cloth. I don't care about this cup, but I still don't want us going out to Chester Juniors. I won't go that far yet, mate. But yeah, no, I do want to see us be a little bit more decisive in that final third. Certainly in possession of the ball. Has been a frustrating first 30 minutes or so. I know Salford are setting up defensively, but we're doing a lot of daft things. Again, especially how we're giving the ball away so cheaply at times. But yeah, free kick here to Salford. Teray, who's had quite a bit of joy on that left-hand side going forward. He's got a couple of decent crosses into the box. Playing left wing back today. And then Whitehead is standing over it as well. Mini minor, how do you think we're doing? A little bit below par so far for me. I do want to see more, to be honest with you, Mini. I do want to see more, to be honest with you. All Leeds always. He'll be in for a treat when they're over for Swansea. I've heard about this. Joe has told me about this one, mate. I do thoroughly look forward to meeting you. Yeah, we're gonna have a good night out in Leeds. We are gonna have a good night out in Leeds. Absolutely 1,000,000%. Ian Mozzer, bogus on for Click, please. Yeah, it's an interesting shout, that Ian. I think Click has been a little bit off the pace tonight. The ball's just working on his left hand side. Barris trying to be a bit too clever there, trying to shepherd it out. Probably didn't. Yeah, he's done all right there in the end, but just look a little bit nervy at times. Trying to be a little bit too clever. But the interesting thing is Salford aren't trying to press us high up the pitch. They're all very happy for Alioski, Phillips, Berardi, Clark, taking the ball out from deep. Clark is on the left here, cutting in. Again, probably could have got a shot off there. He's in a good position here. He's got a good angle there to have the shot, get a shot off there for me. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, as I was finishing off there, all these always, we're going to have a good night out in Leeds anyway, mate. But me is saying, you can see 80% of this team has not played a minute of football this season so far. Yeah, I think it do look a little bit sloppy. Do we want to see us be a little bit more decisive, if we can be? Shot in here off Calvin Phillips. Good save off the keeper. First bit of real danger there. Good shot off Calvin Phillips. Good, maybe a little bit of a routine save in the end. I haven't watched it on the replay, but yeah, it's hit well. He's hit it well. Good little save that. Corner kick Leeds. Guys, keep the comments coming in. I'll try and keep track of the chat. Oh, good clearance that. Worked his way back on this left hand side. It sums up all night that I also tried to keep the ball in play, and he's not been able to keep the ball in play. He's touched it. It's a Salford throw. Every time Salford get that ball, they're looking to the front two as soon as possible. They're looking to hit them as soon as possible. Get those aerial challenges, get those physical challenges against the two centre-backs and try and win them, or try and force the centre-backs to clear the ball out wide and get a long throw or a set piece, etc, etc. Every single time Salford get the ball, they're definitely using that as a tactic. But again, so composed there, Ben White. The ball's coming at it in that awkward angle, gets his head on it, and just lays it off. Just absolutely no panic at all. Absolutely top player, this kid. I'd honestly look at doing the permanent in January now. I seriously would. I would not mess about with it. Don't want Brighton taking him back after this season at all, no matter what happens. I seriously would look at the permanent already. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys, on that. He looks such a top player. Mini minor, sitting in the stands. This has been the most boring game I've watched. We've had chances, but we've been so poor. Yeah, but I have to disagree. And that will probably be one of my own descriptions of the game. It has been boring. There's not been much quality off either side. No one really standing out for me so far, which is disappointing. A lot of these players are getting their opportunities tonight to really force their way into this first team. So again, so frustrating. Under hit pass there again off Alioski on the left hand side. It's simple little 5-10 yard passes. How many of those tonight? 10. Must be 10 or 15 of those already in this first 37 minutes. Quality, crisp passing. We're not going to break down Salford doing things like that. Click even picking up the ball here on this, driving towards the left hand side. Clark again with potential shooting opportunity. Oh, good effort. Good save off the keeper. Decent shot there off from sort of 15-20 yards out of Jack Clark. Trying to curl it into that right hand side from the left. It's a good save off the keeper. Again, we'll see a little bit more of that. Test the keeper as much as we can. Get shots off. Try and force our way into this game as much as we can. Show our quality. In this game. A good little effort off Jack Clark. Save off the keeper. Ian Mozza, interesting one. Complacency. I wouldn't say complacency much. I don't think there's any complacency allowed when Bielsa's around. Absolutely not. I think that gets ironed out in training sessions, to be honest, if there's any complacency. So I'd like to think it's nothing to do with that. From a personal point of view, obviously, Kiko. Again, I don't think that's Kiko's ball, to be honest. He's going for a ball he didn't get to. He was never going to get to first time. He's got a bit lucky there. It was he took a bit of a whack as well, but I don't know why he's going that far out for a ball. We're all doing some daft things tonight. And the more we do daft things like that, the more it's going to give Salford the confidence, to push on, really. Ball on the right. Just stop the cross there on the left-hand side for Salford. So it's a corner kick from the right side. Probably be Alioski taking this. Probably trying to swing it in, I'd imagine. In fact, no, it looks like Click's going to take this. It's going to be Costa's going to take this. I'll get it right the third time. So it's going to be an in-swinger off Costa. It's been quiet tonight for me. I think obviously we've all made the point in the post-matches, about Helder Costa. His last little 10-15 minutes against Forest. He looked promising, and how we get him into this team. But he's got to really command that spot. And for me, so far tonight, he hasn't done that. I don't want to speak too soon because Helder Costa can produce moments of quality at any time. But I want to see more of this. I want to see more than this of Helder Costa. He's playing on his favourite side of the pitch now. I want to see that little bit more quality from him, taking on his fullback, showing his quality in a game like this. Yeah, and Calvin picking the ball up in quite an advanced area. Ball in from the right off Jack Clark, cleared well. Sorry, Gaetano Berardi even. Ball back to Gaetano Berardi. Helder Costa's on the ball now. Driving in, can get the shot off. It's back onto the left on Jack Clark, who's trying to take on his fullback as much as he can. Effort off Alioski over the bar. Again, just want to see that bit more quality out wide. Mini minor, we need a goal before half time or we will go in and get slapped by Bielsa. Bielsa will not be happy at this. There was no real, I think, on the ball, off the ball, off the ball being okay. There's been decent intensity. I've won the ball back quite highly, but I've seen us better off the ball. On the ball, it just seems sloppy. We're not really making our dominance count, in terms of possession or quality to an extent. We have got quality. All these always saying great play by Costa there. Clark looks knackered. Alioski has always been a massive favourite of mine, but tonight he couldn't deliver the post, which is a fair point. He's got himself, to be fair to him, from left back, he has got himself in some really good positions, but he's been wasteful 9 times out of 10 so far. Ian Mozza, obviously building on the about the complacency there. Sloppy, the word, not complacency. I think it has been sloppy, which is disappointing, because a lot of these players, I want to see that desire, to get themselves into this first team. Clark on the left-hand side. So yeah, Costa and Clark have swapped sides for these last 10 minutes. It's not really, other than that Clark shot, it's not really brought any joy as of yet. Jamie Shackleton looking for the slide rule pass into Costa. Great ball, 1-0 Leeds. Great goal. Eddie Nketiah, debut goal for Leeds. And he's silencing the Salford fans already. Lovely bit of shithousing off Eddie Nketiah. But a great bit of quality there. That has come out of absolutely nowhere. Lovely slide rule pass into Jamie Shackleton. First time ball on his weak foot off Helder Costa. And a great run and movement. He's completely took the keeper out of the game. Eddie Nketiah, great bit of running movement, showing his quality there. 1-0 Leeds. Get in there, lads. 1-0. We needed that. We really did need that. It was getting a bit sloppy there, but lovely bit of play. The one moment of quality we're producing that half. Slide rule pass there. First timer into the box. And yeah, great movement of Eddie Nketiah. That's 1-0 Leeds. Bit of, we've not really shown the quality really. It's B1 up in the game, but we've shown that moment of quality to score. That's the main thing. But hopefully, as Jackie Babs has just said, first and many. That just came out of nowhere, guys. To be fair, that has just caught me by some off guard completely. I was about to go into a complete different point there, and then we go 1-0 up. But yeah, good stuff just for our time. It does change the team talk somewhat. But Salford looking for that long diagonal. Again, communication there. Kiko's gone to get the ball, and Ben White's just gone to clear it. He needs to get communication off Kiko. Kiko can see the whole game. He needs to be telling Ben White there, that's my ball. And we've lost the ball needlessly there. Good bit of tracking back that off Jack Clark. But yeah, important for Eddie to get that first goal. Quality bit of movement and good quality there throughout. Great ball off Jamie Shackleton, great vision off Jamie Shackleton. Into Costa, first time, first touch, one touch stuff, intensity. And that's how you break down teams like that. One touch passing, don't allow them to settle. Good stuff for us. But yeah, good stuff that Leeds. Ball onto Mateus Click. Let's just see that little bit more fluidity now as Salford allow us to play a bit more. Shot in off Click, just wide. But yeah, Salford didn't have to come out at us in this second half. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, there's two ways of looking at it. If they come out at us, the spaces are going to open for the counter-attacks, to attack them. They're not going to really have that compact block, between the midfield and the defence. They're going to have to sort of push the midfield up a little bit more. It's going to give those spaces to Click, Shackleton, Costa, Clark to expose. So yeah, 82% possession in the last 10 minutes. But yeah, I think obviously Salford are going to have to push out against us. They're probably going to be swinging even more balls into the box, push the fullbacks up a little bit higher. That might cause us problems. A poor kick out there off Kiko. Massively under hit. And Salford got the ball in the right area. He's completely done Alioski. Ball into the box. It's gone. Oh, just deflected wide. But again, that was a poor piece of play. Poor clearance. Poor defending on the left-hand side. It wasn't a great ball into the box. Sorry, not a clearance, but again, too soft defending that. Yeah. Again, it's going to come from giving the ball away and not stopping the cross into the box. There we go. So, just for half time, let's just get this out, lads. Just getting out half time, 1 up. Whitehead swing it in. Oh, again. Kiko, could Kiko be coming out for that? But yeah, I love that bit of shit housing off Eddie Nketiah as well. Silencing Salford fans early doors. But yeah, fair play. He has it's a good start for Eddie anyway. But yeah, I've seen this ball come into the again. Yeah, again, I think Kiko, considering the ones he has come out for tonight, I think Kiko could be claiming that. Yeah, I suppose he gets blocks off. But yeah, good bit of covering there for Alioski. Clear height difference between him and Carl Piagiani. He's won this up. 1-0 lead at half time. But yeah, as Mini Miner says, I still don't think Bielsa will be happy with that first half. We've only really had that one proper chance in the half, which is not good enough for Bielsa ball. We want to see more than that. The opportunities are there for us to create chances in this game, and unfortunately we've not quite had that end product. Collaborator 72 just turned live. Watchalong here in Adelaide. Great to hear Oski. It's great to hear Eddie put it away. Worth getting up at 4:45. Get in. But yeah, absolutely 100%. Great for Eddie's getting a debut goal. Absolutely massive. All eat always. Biel's just going to throw that bucket at someone. Mini Minor, would you have come if you got a ticket? Absolutely 100%, mate. I just couldn't get a ticket for the game. I'm at Wigan on Saturday. I'm at Stoke the game after that. And then, yeah, the 2 home games of Brentford and Swansea. So, yeah, this is, yeah, unfortunately I had to miss it tonight. But I am at Wigan on Saturday. Just trying to remember the game anyway. But, yeah, half-time, guys. Keep the comments coming in. And yeah, what have you thought of that first half? Has anyone stood out so far in that first half? Anyone shown that bit of quality in that first half? And there you go. I think we have just frozen here a little bit. I think you can probably still hear me. Apologies for this, guys. We have frozen. Hopefully we'll come back on in a minute. But yeah, guys, keep the comments coming in. The stream will come back into gear in a second. Apologies for this, guys. Just trying to unfreeze the stream. Apologies for that. Give us 2 seconds. Guys, I'm not sure if you can hear me, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the stream on this one. I'm going to restart another stream on for the second half. So make sure you keep an eye, guys. We'll be definitely starting another stream. I'm just going to cancel this one. I'm going to restart another stream and see if that works, which hopefully it will. Look, this is happening at half time anyway, guys. I apologise for this, guys, but I will leave a comment with the link anyway, guys.